Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's broadcast. My name is Shannon Lucky Miller, and I am the Communications and Outreach Director here at Tops Club Incorporated. And this evening, it is my pleasure to introduce tonight's speaker, Deanna Bees. She's a longtime retreat director for Tops, as well as being a regional director and a member of the board of directors. And I can tell you that you are definitely in for a treat this evening. So with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Deanna. Good evening, Deanna.
Hello, everyone. I'm really quite excited to do this. I've seen this, I've done this presentation for a lot of different people at different times, and it's always a hit no matter what, because it hits home. You can relate to every single thing that we're going to talk about. So what we're going to deal with is this is called Who's Driving Your Bus and Where Are You Headed? And this is from a book by John Gordon called The Energy Bus. And this is an awesome book to read to help you through any areas of your life. John is a team builder, and I took this program and put it together to make it work for us to look at how we're getting ourselves motivated to move forward to lose weight or to get healthier. So the first thing I would like you to do is to think about having or being a bus of your own, having a bus of your own. And I use the school bus because that's what John uses, and so I also use that same type of a bus. But think about what you would like. Maybe you would like one of those buses that the movie stars have, and there's a big pretty picture painted on the outside, and there's gold faucets and all kinds of fancy things inside. Or maybe you're the type who would like to have a little hippie bus, a little Volkswagen bus with flowers painted all over it driving down the road. And it doesn't matter what kind of bus you have or what you decide. Just always remember that this is your choice. Everything we do is about the choices we make. And so this is as well. In my bus, to get on my bus, I have to open up the big doors and I have to take steps up into the inside. And when I get in, there's a great big driver's seat waiting for me. And so I can set myself down in that seat and get started to think about where I'm going on my journey. Sometimes we have a difficult time moving forward. And if that happens, we have to give ourselves permission. Now, if you take a plane ride, they give you a ticket. They give you permission to get on their plane. And so I'm giving you permission to get on your bus. And so here is your ticket for you to drive your bus. And we always have to have a destination. And what does the ticket say our destination is? Success. Success is one of those words that you also need to think about. What does that really mean to you? Does success have to be a long, long journey at the end of it? Can your success be in small increments along the way? Could your success be minute to minute? That's something that you have to decide, but you have to reach those destinations, and you need to do them on an ongoing basis. So when you reach those successes, then celebrate them. Celebrate them with yourself, because most often nobody else is going to know. So the more you celebrate, the more you will stay on your journey. There will be an option for you to print out the ticket later after this seminar. Still stay on the webinar. And so there will be an option for you to print that out so that you can actually have a ticket. Because remember, your destination is success, and we're going to talk about that a lot. So now think about this. I've given you permission. You have a ticket. Place this in your house somewhere. Put it on your refrigerator, your mirror, carry it in your wallet, whatever you want to do. If you have to take a look and say, yes, I do have a destination, something that helps you to get back on your bus. So now you're sitting in that big seat. You have a ticket that's allowing you to go somewhere, which is your destination, which is success. And every time I ask you what the destination is, I want you to say that, because I want you to get used to that word success. And so in order to reach that destination, we need to blaze a trail. Now, if you take a car trip to go somewhere, Most often, we don't just get in our car and start driving, and just where we end up doesn't make a difference. Normally, you have a map, you have a time planned out, you have a destination. Sometimes you know where you're going every single day. You even know the restaurants you're going to eat. So on this journey to get healthier, why wouldn't we blaze a trail? Why wouldn't you have the information in front of you that's helping you to move forward? And so think about that as you get up into your bus, you sit down in the seat, and then you have this big steering wheel in front of you, and it's a big steering wheel. It's not a little tiny one, it's a great big one. It's one of those you need to grab with both hands. Because if you're only hanging on with one hand, then your bus is going in potholes, off on other side roads, and maybe it's even spinning donuts in the parking lot. So when it's doing that, you've got to grab it back with both hands, because you know where you're going. You've blazed a trail, you have a plan in place, and your destination is success. Yes. So as you blaze this trail and you start to see where you're going, the vision helps you to see the road ahead. You have to have a clear vision so you know. Now we've climbed up into our bus, we've gotten into the seat, we've grabbed the steering wheel, and you have this huge windshield in front of you. And the windshield is clear. And if it's not clear, what can you do? You can wash it. There's windshield wipers. So you turn on your wipers to make it clear. My bus has big mirrors on the side so I can see what's on both sides of me, has a big rear view mirror in the middle so I can see what's behind me. There is no reason that I can't see a clear vision of where I'm going, because I've already made a plan, I've blazed a trail, I've gotten in my seat, I've grabbed the steering wheel, I can see out the front, I have a plan of my destination, which is success. Yes. In order to have this vision, you need to think big. When you plan to take a 2-week vacation, you usually just don't go down the block to the local hotel. You plan to go somewhere that's going to be worthwhile for the journey. So think big about this journey. Every journey begins with a desire to go somewhere and do something. What is your desire in your getting healthy journey? What is it that brought you to TOPS to start with? If the thing that brought you to TOPS does not work for you anymore, then figure out what does. Where is the end? What is it that you're really looking for to feel, to be, maybe to wear, to see? There's all kinds of reasons that we do this. And so we need to think big for our journey to begin with, and then figure out how to break it down and to reach all those little destinations and all those little success places that we're going to find along the way. So make sure that you've got a big full picture of the direction that you want to go. That leads to the purpose. So why are you doing this? The purpose is the ultimate fuel for a meaningful journey. If you're pulling your bus up to the gas station to fill it up with fuel because your gauge says that it's getting empty, and you all know when you feel empty, right? What kinds of things happen to you when you feel hungry? Maybe you're thinking about maybe get a headache. Maybe your stomach is telling you. Some people might get dizzy. There might be all kinds of headache, all kinds of things that might happen that you know when you get hungry. And when you do that, you usually get something to eat because you know that's what you need to do in order to move forward. So now let's fill our bus. We're thinking about that. You pull up to the gas station and you take the nozzle out of the machine and you put it in the bus. And on the nozzle, there's a little handle that you can pull up, and so it makes it fill automatically, and that makes it much easier for us. And so while your bus is filling, you can be thinking about other things and stuff going on, and it clicks off. When it fills up, then what do? For the most part, we take the nozzle back out, don't we? And we hang it back up. Do you ever just pull the handle up so that more fuel comes out? so that you put a little bit more in, but even more than that, it's running down the side of the bus, it's running all over the floor of the gas station. Is that what you do? No, not usually, and why not? It's wasteful, for one thing. It costs extra money, and your bus doesn't need it. It said when it was full. So then let me ask you this. Why is it when you're sitting at the table then and your tummy is telling you that you are full, you continue to eat? Is it not wasteful to finish the rest on the plate just because it's there? Is it not wasting money in another light? Think about if you push away those plates, is it going to save you dollars down the line in medical bills and other issues that you might have with your body? So just think about that. You take your vehicle always and have the oil changed, you have the tires rotated, you keep them pumped up, you do everything possible to keep your vehicle in perfect running condition. Why do we not do that to our bodies? Our bodies should far outlast any vehicle that we're driving, and yet we do things to them on a daily basis that keeps them not healthy. So think about what's your purpose and what is your ultimate fuel. Food for the body is simply that. It's fuel for the body for it to burn up all the calories and to do everything that it needs to do to keep it running. So why do we overpack it with things that's not necessary? Why do we give it the bad grade of gas? When you pull your bus up to the gas station, you wouldn't put diesel in it unless it required diesel. You wouldn't put low octane in it unless it said your vehicle would run on that. You put the appropriate kind of fuel in your bus. So think about that from now on. Every time you pull up to a fast food restaurant or you're thinking about what to have for dinner, think about what kind of fuel does my body need in order to go on its journey to reach its destination, which is success, yes, and for the meaningful purpose, the ultimate fuel. You also have to believe if you have the desire, you have the power to make it happen. And if you don't believe that you can make this journey, then you won't. Our brain has some 60,000 thoughts that come in and out of it during the day. And the majority of those thoughts are negative. And in order to be positive, we've got to push those out of the way, and we have to believe that we have the power to make it happen, whatever it is that you're thinking about for the day. It boils back down to the choices that you make. If you choose to make the choices that move you forward, that will give you the purpose and help you to believe. Because the more you do it, the more you feel that you have taken on as that driver of that bus, the more you will believe that you can do it. Now we've gotten up at the steps into the bus, we've sat down in the seat, we grabbed the steering wheel, we look out the window because there's a great big window up in front of us. And now what? Are we just going to sit there? There has to be something to make us move. I believe that I can do this journey, and in order to do that, then I need to turn the ignition onto my bus. There, I've started up, and so I'm running. I'm just bubbly and ready to bounce down the road in my bus. So you believe that you can reach your destination, which is success. Yes, you have the purpose. You've blazed a trail, and you believe that you can do the journey. To do that, we need to think positive. Make sure those negative thoughts are turned into positive thoughts, because those are like the steering wheel that moves your bus in the right direction. Every time you have a positive thought and you say, yes, this morning I'm going to eat a healthy breakfast, and you start preparing a healthy breakfast, and your brain says, yes, we will have a healthy breakfast. That's going to start our day out right. But if we get up and we start thinking, oh, I don't know what I want for breakfast, I think that's going to take too long. Maybe I'll just skip breakfast. That's not the best thing, but I'll do better when I have lunch. And so your brain goes, okay, we won't. And so you really are the thoughts that you have. So the more positive thoughts you have that move you in the right direction, make your steering wheel go. And when those negative thoughts come in, then you're driving one-handed. Remember what I said about driving one-handed? It's like you're steering yourself into potholes or off onto the side of the road, or into the ditch for a minute, or maybe doing the donuts. And so get the positive thoughts back in your mind again, because that will help you move in the right direction. And so you've got the right fuel in your body, you've got the right thoughts, you believe you can do this, you have blazed a trail, you're sitting in your bus, you've grabbed the steering wheel, you've turned on the ignition, and then you still have to put it into gear. And so what's going to help you to take you forward, to put it into gear? And that's trusting in that you can do this journey. When you get in a car that you've never been in before, you believe and you trust that you can drive it. You believe and that you know how to do this. You turn the ignition in, you put it in on drive, and you step on the gas and you make it go. And that's sort of become innate in those of us who drive all the time, is that we just know when we get in the car, we can drive. So why don't we know when we get up every morning that we can't get in our bus, our energy bus, and drive it to our destination, which is success? When you trust that you know this journey, it allows you to navigate the potholes and the roadblocks. It allows you to grab the steering wheel back with both hands again. It allows you to blaze a trail. And if you go off a little bit, you maybe need to blaze a new trail. You trust and believe that you can do this and that you can move in the right direction, because you have a ticket, and that ticket has allowed you to go to your destination, which is success. And that's going to happen to you all day long. If you look at what your destination is, how you've blazed your trail, you will find little successes to celebrate all throughout the day. And as you celebrate those, they will help you to trust and believe that you can continue on this journey. One of the big things we really have to watch for in our lives is no energy vampires. And those are the people who suck the life right out of you. No matter how positive you are, as soon as you hear them or see them, right away they turn your positive into something negative, because that's what they do. You have to learn to know who they are and how to handle them. Some of the things that you can look at is, and think about first, is this. First of all, if someone has a lot of negativity in their life, do you need to take that on in yours? Don't you want to continue on your positive journey and not be pulled back off the shoulder of the road or back into the driveway because of somebody else's negative energy? And so think about, if they have negative issues, remember that those are their issues and not yours. They want them to be your issues, but they're not. And so there are several ways that you can take a look at those kinds of people. Some of the ways are to simply listen to what they have to say, and then say to them, "I'm so sorry you're having such a bad day. I hope it gets better." And smile, because a smile will make them go away. They don't like to see smiles. If you're talking to them on the telephone, have a smile on your face when you're talking on the phone, because they'll be able to hear it on the other end. Listen to what they have to say, and then simply say, "I'm sorry you're having such a bad day. I hope it gets better." And so there are lots of little ways that you can look at it. Sometimes it's very difficult when we live with the people in our homes that are negative all the time. And the thing you have to remember the most is that there is something going on with them that allows them to have that kind of energy, and just do the best you can to leave it with them and not take it with you. I used to have a sign hanging in my office when I worked, and no one was allowed to come in my office if they were going to complain. So they could come in and discuss. We could talk about something, but no one could come in and complain. So outside my office door, I had this little piece of cardboard about 1.5 inches by 3 inches, and on it said, and some little white pieces of paper, tiny pieces of paper that were stapled, and it said complaints here. So if you were going to complain, first you had to write it on those teeny tiny papers, because that would help you get it out before you ever entered the office. Most often people knew, and they did not come in. They came in to get away from all the other kinds of things. So what about in your weight room? Do you have energy vampires in your weight room? Do you have them in your chapter? What if you had this sign at your chapter, no energy vampires allowed? What if you had complaints and they had to be written on the piece of paper, or negative thoughts before you leave chapter, and you have to throw them in a wastebasket before you even leave? Don't take them out the door. They don't belong anywhere else. Get rid of them now. This is really important in being able to trust and believe that you can do this process. Sometimes we do it to ourselves. We're so negative to ourselves that we pull ourselves down into a slump, and pretty soon we're the energy vampires to everyone else. So realize this and turn that around, because you need that positive fuel to make your bus go smooth. None of you know this because you've not been really on my bus yet, but on my bus I have a like a moon roof in the top, and it slides open and shut. And if I get energy vampires on my bus, I set them in the seat right below the moon roof, and I open it up and I hit my eject button. See ya, no more energy vampires allowed. So maybe you want an eject button on your bus. It keeps the energy vampires away. Smile. And you know, even when you smile, if you have a little bit of a negative energy going on, it will make you feel so much better and put you in a positive mood. So just smile. Persistence. You know, this journey is ongoing. It moves you forward towards your destination. We have to keep on going. We have to keep on going. We have to keep on going. And if you've blazed a trail, if you have fueled your journey with positive thinking, if you trust and believe that you can do this journey, persistence will keep you moving forward. It will constantly keep you keeping on. And so those of you who are here tonight, I know that you're looking at helping to move forward on your journey even more. And this is part of the persistence. You trust and believe that, and you can. You're looking for more education to help you move forward. Persistence will do this. Find whatever it takes, whatever it is you need to help you move forward. Because your destination is success. And most of all, you have to enjoy the ride. This really is the only one we have. We don't get a whole lot of do-overs in life. And so why not get on your bus today? Fuel it with the right food for your body. Blaze the trail. Know what it is that you need to do to move forward. Trust and believe that you can do all of these things that you need to help you move forward. And when you do, it will become easy. Then it will become part of your life. It becomes a lifestyle. And that's what we want, is a lifestyle that fits us all. You only have one, so enjoy the ride. The goal in life is to live young, have fun, and arrive at your final destination as late as possible with a smile on your face. You don't want to do any, I wish I coulda, woulda, shoulda. You don't want any of those. You want to move forward with a positive energy. The 10 rules for the ride of your life. These also are downloadable for you tonight. You're the driver of the bus. It really is you. It's about the choices that you make. Desire, vision, and focus move your bus in the right direction. No one else can move your bus. No one else's vision of where you should be can move your bus. No one else's desire can move your bus. You're the only one that can make those choices in order to move it forward. Fuel your ride with positive energy, because your destination is what? Success, yes, and positive energy will make you successful. Invite people on your bus and share your vision for the road ahead. Remember to invite the people who really do share your vision. Sometimes you might get people on your bus who don't think you're really doing the right thing and they try to steer you. Maybe they're trying to be a backseat driver. Ejection seat. Invite the people who will help you stay on your road ahead. Don't waste your energy on those who don't get on your bus. People know what you're doing because you're being successful. You'll see your weight start to drop. If you're a cops, you'll be able to maintain your weight. People see that you're on your bus and you're doing the right thing. If they want to get on your bus, they will approach you. If we try to pull people on, we're just wasting our energy when we could be using it on ourselves to move our bus forward. So don't waste it on those who don't want to get on. They'll either get on their own soon or they'll come and get on yours with you as well. Post a sign that says no energy vampires allowed on your bus. Let people know no negative energy on my bus. We're only going to talk about positive things. Enthusiasm attracts more passengers and energizes them during the ride. When you have new people join your chapter, doesn't everybody get excited? They're losing weight and they're excited about the contest and they're winning all the contests. And so pretty soon it's like, I better get on my bus or they're going to win all the contests and I'm not going to get anything. And so enthusiasm attracts more passengers. When you're enthusiastic, you will attract more people to your chapter because you'll share the things that you do. They'll see what's happening with you and with you on your journey, and they'll ask what's going on. Enthusiasm will attract more passengers all the way around, not only just in your for you personally, it will do it in your chapter, we'll do it for the whole TOPS organization. Be enthusiastic about your journey and your bus and your ride and your desire and your vision and your destination, which is success, because you have a place to go. Love your passengers. If you don't like the people on your bus, should they be there? Love your passengers. Drive with a purpose. Grab that steering wheel with both hands, because you know if you don't, you're going to detour. And when those little detours happen, then you get back and you grab again, just almost like white knuckle it. Like you just want to, you're hanging on for your life. And that's exactly what we're doing. This is our life. And the last one, have fun and enjoy the ride. Because remember, this really is the only one you will have. And so now you have 10 rules for the ride of your life. You've imagined a bus. You can get up in it. You can get in the seat. You can grab the steering wheel. You can look out that big, clean windshield. You can see all the way around. You have your ticket that allows you to do this. It gives you permission to drive your bus to your destination, which is success. Yes. You trust and believe in yourself. And you also trust and believe in your journey and the things that you're learning to make this lifestyle work for you. You're persistent. You keep on going. You don't give up. One choice that wasn't a wise choice does not stop the bus. You get right back on the bus and you make those choices to keep it going. You know exactly where you're going. And I know that I'm on the bus. Are you? Thank you all. I hope you're all on the bus by the time you end this session tonight. Shannon, are you there? You can see over to the right, there's the 10 rules for the ride of your life. There's here's a PDF of this presentation, and there's your bus ticket, and you can pick those off on this. You can download those right from this website.
Thank you so much, Deanna, for your time this evening and for this wonderful presentation. We surely do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I know you have to run for the online member chat, and I just want everyone to know before leaving that we do have these handouts. If you're having any trouble downloading them to your computer, or if you missed part of our presentation tonight, we are recording it, and we do intend to make it available on tops.org in the members area at a later date. Yay! And we
Yay.
have all of your emails sent up for the webinar, so we will be sure to let you know when those become available on the website. And just give us a few days for that, and we'll let you know when they're available.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you
again,
all. Good
Deanna,
night.
for joining us.
Yes, good night.
Good evening, everyone.